Hi subscribers and welcome back to the channel. As CEO of Cameron James, today I'm going to be giving you the beginner's guide to securing your final salary cash equivalent transfer value before your expiry date. So if you're watching this video, it means you're either considering to get a final salary cash equivalent transfer value, or you've already attained a guaranteed CETV from your saving scheme. So in today's video, it's very important to note here, I'm not going to be talking about the suitability of transferring your final salary pension scheme or not. That is an entirely separate topic. Whether you're suitable or not is covered in many other videos. What I'm going to be focusing on today is the steps in terms of moving ahead and securing your CETV if you were advised to move your pension transfer, or if, for example, you were proceeding as an insistent client against official advice to retain the pension. So, the first thing I would say in your journey is whether you're requesting your CETV now or you already have a guaranteed CETV, do this in combination and simultaneously with your financial advisor. Be talking to them and saying, I've just requested my CETV, or ideally, I would like to request my CETV through that financial advisor. This conversation should be happening at the same time. Do not, I repeat, do not go off, get your CETV yourself, wait for the scheme to post it to you, number of weeks have elapsed, then go and find a financial advisor that you want to talk to. You then basically already lost a month of your CETV, which is only 3 weeks long. So step one, CETV and financial advisor, do it at the same time, okay? Once you've spoken with your financial advisor, or you decided who you trust or who you want to move ahead with, ask them to push on with the report or get the administration for the report done as quickly as possible. Say to them, do you have electronic signing tools? What paperwork am I going to need to sign? What due diligence are you going to need from me? Let's please crack on with this as soon as possible. When it comes to the writing of the authorized DB report, I'm not necessarily going to advise you to ask them to crack on and get that written as quickly as possible. That is a very time-consuming and difficult piece of calculations and all the CETV value and the factors, your suitability, your non-suitability. There's a lot of work that goes into that. Please don't ask them to speed that up, because you want a high-quality report which tells you the final outcome as to whether it is deemed suitable for you to transfer your final salary pension or not. Once you receive the report back, read it. Okay, it might be 50, 60, 70, 80 pages long, I've seen now, but read it. It's important. You're not going to understand every page, but ensure to read it through so that when you speak with your financial advisor, you can ask them any questions you have. If the advice is to proceed with your pension transfer, or their advice is to proceed with your pension transfer, you then need to make a decision. Are you going to take that advice and move ahead with it, or has something changed for you already? I would say 99 times out of 100, clients move ahead with the advice. Normally because they've paid 5, 10, 15K in charges to have the report and the advice given. Very few people are then likely to say, actually, I went through the whole process you advised me to, now I'm not going to transfer it. On the other side of the equation, if you've been advised against transferring your pension, you then need to understand what your options are for proceeding with that firm on an insistent client basis. I can confirm at the time of recording in 2022, we are one of the few advisory firms in the entire market who is able to proceed with insistent clients, both in the UK and outside of the UK, in Europe and America, on an insistent client on a case-by-case basis. That does not mean we're a chop shop and anyone can come and do a pension transfer of us. It is on a case-by-case basis that we would accept an insistent client transfer process, and there is a number of extra diligence and steps that have to happen, including a handwritten letter, a call with our compliance team to go through, independent of the financial advisor, to ensure that the financial advisor is not having any input or influence over the client in terms of their decision process. But once you've made either of these decisions and you decide you want to move ahead, then again, say to your financial advisor, get cracking with it. If the CETV date is still 6 weeks ago, 6 weeks away, doesn't matter. That time will evaporate very quickly. There'll be paperwork to sign, there'll be things to do. Ask your financial advisor to be speedy and get the paperwork to you as soon as possible. Also, in terms of paperwork, it is important to make sure there are no mistakes. Your financial advisory firm should not be making any mistakes. At Cameron James, we're very hot on this. If you submit paperwork to your seeding scheme and it has mistakes in it, say a wrong date of birth, wrong national insurance number, wrong address, even a wrong suffix for yourself or a middle name, something like that can put a red or an amber flag on the pension transfer, and obviously it can be slowed down. So make sure the paperwork is correct. Ask your financial advisor to keep you updated. Get the information to your new receiving scheme. Typically a SIP is the most common option that people transfer a final salary pension to, and then get the receiving scheme to let you know once the information has been sent to your DB scheme in the UK. It is then a case of staying on top of your DB scheme in the UK, asking how long the due diligence will take. We have a transfer team at Cameron James of 5 full-time, dedicated dedicated staff who call the schemes every single day. You said 5 working days, it's been 5 working days. Have you done the due diligence yet? What do you need from us? Are there any extra questions, etc., etc. Ideally, you want to try to secure your CETV as early as possible within the expiry date. I have done so many, I call them deadline day transfers. They are not fun. They're not fun for anyone. Clients are emailing saying, Dominic, what's next? Oh, there's so many forms, there's so many this, there's so many that. And I said to them, well, yeah, unfortunately, you're one of those clients who went off and did the CETV request yourself, didn't involve me. I've spent the last 2 months clearing up the mess of all the messy information from your CETV, or they started the advice process with another charlatan in the industry who then they worked out, had very high fees and charges, etc., etc. They came to us at the last minute. Anyone who starts their CETV journey with us in the beginning does not have a stressful advice process. It's only clients who started themselves and worked with another financial advisor and then came to us where it becomes stressful. Guys, if you want to have a conversation with myself, as mentioned, book in below via the link in the description to speak with myself or one of our senior financial advisors. And guys, as always, take care with your final salary pensions.